During World War II, Argentina remained largely neutral, yet its air force operated an unusually diverse mix of aircraft from both Allied and Axis powers. This unique fleet reflected the country's strategic position and its efforts to modernize military aviation without direct involvement in the conflict. So let's begin. Fighters: Curtiss Hawk 75-0 and Hawk 75A4. The American Curtiss Hawk 75 was used by Argentina as its main fighter in the early 1940s. The aircraft was known for good maneuverability and reliability, but by the middle of the war, it was already considered outdated. In Argentina, it was employed for air defense and combat training duties. Curtiss P-36 Hawk. The Curtiss P-36 was a development of the Hawk series and served as a transitional model toward more modern fighters. It featured an all-metal structure and an enclosed cockpit, which was advanced for the late 1930s. In Argentina, it saw limited service and was used mostly outside of combat roles. Curtiss P-40 Warhawk. The P-40 became Argentina's most modern fighter by the end of World War II. The aircraft had powerful armament and good performance at low and medium altitudes. Its delivery symbolized Argentina's shift toward closer alignment with the United States. The Italian Fiat CR-32 was a biplane fighter widely used during the 1930s. Despite its outdated configuration, it was highly maneuverable and robust. In Argentina, it served mainly in training and secondary fighter roles. The CR-42 was the last mass-produced biplane fighter to serve alongside monoplanes. It featured a more powerful engine and improved flight performance compared to the CR-32. In the Argentine Air Force, it was used both as a fighter and as a combat trainer. Morane-Saulnier MS-406. The French MS-406 was one of France's main fighters at the beginning of the war. It was slower than the German Bf-109, but was easy to operate and maintain. In Argentina, it was used for pilot training and airspace defense. Next, bombers and attack aircraft. Martin B-10. The Martin B-10 was a revolutionary bomber of its era thanks to its all-metal construction. By the start of World War II, it was already obsolete, but still useful. In Argentina, it was employed for patrol missions and crew training. North American B-25 Mitchell. The B-25 Mitchell was a medium bomber that became one of the icons of World War II. It arrived in Argentina at the very end of the war and did not see combat service. The aircraft was used for training and to build a modern bomber force. Caproni CA-310 Libecchio. The CA-310 was a light multi-role aircraft of Italian origin. It was used as a reconnaissance platform and light bomber. In Argentina, it performed patrol and liaison duties. Caproni CA-311. The Caproni CA-311 was an improved version of the CA-310 with expanded capabilities. It could carry out reconnaissance, training, and light attack missions. Its service in Argentina was limited in duration. Bristol Blenheim. The Bristol Blenheim was a British light bomber of the early war period. It featured relatively high speed and modern equipment for its time. In Argentina, it was used in small numbers, mainly for training. Next, reconnaissance and multi-role aircraft. North American NA-16 and NA-21. The NA-16 became the basis for an entire family of training and combat aircraft. It was valued for its versatility and ease of maintenance. In Argentina, it served as a trainer, light combat, and liaison aircraft. Lockheed A-12 and A-14. The Lockheed A-12 was a reconnaissance variant of Lockheed's high-speed aircraft. It offered high speed and long range. In Argentina, it was used for aerial reconnaissance and transport missions. Focke-Wulf FW-44 Stieglitz. The FW-44 was a German training biplane. It was known for excellent handling and reliability. In Argentina, it was widely used for basic pilot training. Focke-Wulf FW-58 Weihe. The FW-58 was a twin-engine, multi-role aircraft. It was used for crew training, liaison, and navigation instruction. Argentina operated it as an auxiliary aircraft within the Air Force. Next, training aircraft. North American AT-6 Texan. The AT-6 Texan was one of the most widely used training aircraft in the world. It provided advanced training for pilots destined for fighters and bombers. In Argentina, the Texan remained in service for decades. Bücker Bu-131 Jungmann. The Bu-131 was a light German training biplane. It was simple in design and highly reliable. In Argentina, it was used for initial flight training. Bücker Bu-133 Jungmeister. The Bu-133 was an improved version of the Bu-131 designed for advanced aerobatics. It featured outstanding maneuverability. In the Argentine Air Force, it was used for advanced pilot training. Avro 504. The Avro 504 was one of the oldest aircraft still in service at the time. It was obsolete but easy to maintain. In Argentina, it was used exclusively as a training aircraft. Next, Seaplanes. Consolidated PBY Catalina. The PBY Catalina was a long-range maritime patrol aircraft. It had excellent endurance and could land on water. In Argentina, it was used for maritime patrol and search and rescue missions. Macchi M.18. The Macchi M.18 was an Italian seaplane from the 1920s. By World War II, it was considered obsolete. In Argentina, it was used for training and auxiliary roles. Savoia-Marchetti S-59. The S-59 was a twin-engine long-range seaplane. It was employed for patrol and transport missions. In Argentine service, its use was limited. Grumman G-44 Widgeon. The Grumman Widgeon was a light, amphibious aircraft. It could operate from both water and land. In Argentina, it was used for liaison and transport duties. Next, Argentine aircraft production. FMA AEM-01 and AEM-02. The AEM-0 series were the first mass-produced training aircraft designed in Argentina. They were used for pilot training and liaison duties. These aircraft played an important role in developing the national aviation industry. FMA AEM-B1 and AEM-B2. The AEM-B series consisted of domestically designed bombers. They had mixed construction and limited combat capability. Their service gave Argentina valuable experience in building combat aircraft. FMA AEC-3. The AEC-3 was used as a reconnaissance and liaison aircraft. It was simple and reliable in operation. The aircraft was actively used by the Argentine Air Force during the war years. Although Argentine aircraft did not see combat in World War II, they played a crucial role in training pilots and building national air power. This experience laid the foundation for Argentina's post-war aviation industry and the development of a modern air force.